All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're exploring something that can be incredibly confusing and disorienting, a trap that people can be in for years without even knowing it. We're talking about the narcissist's maze.
You know that feeling when it seems like no matter what you do, no matter how hard you push, you're just stuck? It feels like you're spinning your wheels while everyone else is moving forward.
And you've probably tried, well, everything. You've read all the self-help books, you've listened to every piece of advice out there, you're putting in so much work to change things, but nothing actually changes. So what's going on?
Well, here's a thought. What if you're looking in the wrong place? What if the problem isn't some flaw inside of you? What if the problem is the situation itself? What if you're actually trapped in a maze that's designed to keep you feeling lost?
This right here gets to the heart of it. The maze is so tricky because it makes you doubt yourself. Every wrong turn, every dead end, it all reinforces this one single idea that you must be the problem.
So, naturally, if you think you're the problem, you start trying to fix yourself. And that's when you hop on what we can call the self-help treadmill, running as fast as you possibly can, desperately searching for an internal fix.
You start with the classics, right? You practice gratitude, hoping a change in perspective will do the trick. You fill up notebooks with positive affirmations. You declare war on your negative thoughts, thinking if you could just stop beating yourself up, everything would finally get better. But when the basics don't work, the search just gets wider and maybe a little weirder. You're reading everything from Dale Carnegie to The Secret. You might dive into Japanese improvement methods or even start cleaning your aura and rearranging your furniture to fix the energy in your home. You're trying to find some hidden switch in your brain, but you just can't find it.
So when you've exhausted trying to fix yourself by yourself, it's pretty common to look for help from, well, somewhere else. The search shifts. It becomes a spiritual quest, a plea for some kind of higher power to just show you the way out. You dedicate yourself to being a better person. You're giving to charity, you're forgiving people who've hurt you, you get into meditation, you're trying to live in the now. You might even go on a pilgrimage, praying and crying out, just asking, please show me a way out of this. You hope that if you're good enough, something will finally change.
Okay, so you've worked on your mind, you've worked on your spirit, and you're still stuck. There's really only one place left to look: your body. The frantic search turns inward again, this time to your biology, because there just has to be a physical reason for all this suffering. And that question just starts to consume you. Is my body the problem? Maybe it's not my thoughts, maybe it's not my soul, maybe there's something physically wrong with me. A chemical imbalance, a hidden disease, something the doctors just haven't found yet. And so this massive physical investigation begins. You're trying a new diet every single month. You're doing cleanses for heavy metals. You become a regular at every doctor's office in town, getting every test you can think of. You're doing massages, drinking special herbs, exercising constantly. All of it in this desperate hunt for a physical cure. And after all that, all the time, all the money, all the effort, you finally get an answer from the medical professionals. And it's probably the most frustrating answer imaginable. They look you in the eye and say, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not sick. It's just another dead end, and now you're more lost than ever. So what does all of this look like when you put it together? It's a life that's been completely taken over by a frantic, never-ending search for an answer to a problem you can't even name. It's not just a hobby, it becomes a full-time job. And this slide just perfectly illustrates the sheer amount of work involved. I mean, your life becomes this collection of notebooks. You have one for your diary, one for planning, one for gratitude, for affirmations, for tracking your achievements, even one for analyzing your dreams. Every single one is just more proof of this relentless, exhausting search for a key. This metaphor is just so powerful because it's so true. You effectively turn yourself into a lab rat in your own life. One day you're experimenting with your feelings, the next day it's your thoughts. You're always tweaking and adjusting things, trying to become better, stronger, and yet you're still trapped in the exact same maze. But you know, what happens when you finally tried everything? When every single path has led to a dead end and every theory has been debunked? Well, that's when you finally stumble upon the one true answer. For years and years, you do all the things you're supposed to do. You follow all the logical, common sense paths to get better. And when that doesn't work, you try the impossible, the strange, the esoteric, the things that feel like a long shot. because you are just that desperate to escape. And yet, after all of it, you are still running around in a vicious circle. All that effort, and you're no closer to the exit. You're just tired. But then, maybe when you finally stopped running, it hits you. A moment of clarity after years of searching. The truth has been right there the whole time. You were just looking in the completely wrong direction. Your only ailment, the one single source of the problem, was never you. It was the fact that you were in a relationship with a narcissist. It could be a partner, a parent, another family member, or even your boss. That was the maze. And so that leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. After years spent trying to fix every single part of yourself, what if the key was never about changing who you are? What if the only real solution is to find the courage to walk away and escape the maze entirely?